You've decided to start solids. Now you're staring at your fridge thinking, what do I even feed this baby? Don't worry, I got you in this video. I'm Dr. Mona Amin, a pediatrician and mom, and in today's video, we're going to walk you through how to confidently choose and prepare your baby's first foods. If you missed video 1 in this series, we covered when and how to start solids, whether to do baby-led weaning or purees. But today's all about what to feed, how to prepare it, and how to make this whole thing feel less overwhelming. And if you're loving this series so far, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss what's next. Let's get into it. Let's start with the basics. When your baby is ready for solids, you want to focus on nutrient-rich, easy-to-handle foods that support growth and development. Iron-rich foods are useful, especially if your baby is breastfed. Think of iron like the VIP guest on your baby's nutrition list. We want to make sure they're getting enough through their solids. Some great options: soft-cooked lentils, pureed meats, iron-fortified oatmeal, scrambled eggs, or smooth nut butters thinned with breast milk or formula. Basically, if it sounds like something you'd see at a trendy brunch spot, you're good. Now here's the deal. Put these foods on rotation like your favorite playlist, and please don't spiral into spreadsheet mode trying to track milligrams per bite. No baby needs a nutritionist hovering nearby with a calculator on a daily basis, unless medically indicated. The goal isn't perfection, it's exposure, variety, and consistency. That's what helps them grow and helps you stay sane. So what are some of the best foods to start with? If you're doing purees, think banana, avocado, sweet potato, pear, and oats. These are gentle on their tummies, packed with nutrients, and easy to mash or blend smooth. Here are some faves to start with. If you're doing baby-led weaning, soft-cooked veggie spears like zucchini or carrot, ripe avocado wedges rolled in ground flaxseed, banana spears, or scrambled egg strips work beautifully. And remember, if you're doing baby-led weaning or self-feeding, anything you serve should be soft enough to squish between your forefinger and your thumb, the squish test. That mimics how their gums will mash it down. And yes, seasonings like cinnamon, turmeric, and even salt in moderation are totally okay when your baby starts eating food. Remember to watch this video on seasonings and salt for more information. We want food to taste good. Bland mush isn't anyone's favorite, not even your baby's. And what about allergenic foods? They should be introduced early and often. Things like peanut, egg, dairy, and fish can and should be introduced safely once your baby is developmentally ready for solids. I've got a whole video on how to do this step by step, so definitely check that out. As for rice cereal, honestly, it's not magical. It's fine to offer, but it's not the only source of iron. There are other options out there that also expose your baby to a wider variety of flavors and textures. Bottom line, you don't need a gourmet menu or a food science degree to feed your baby. Just keep it simple, safe, consistent, and rotate, and let your baby do the exploring. Now you might be wondering, how often should I be feeding solids? What does a day actually look like? Here's the thing, it doesn't have to be complicated, like the theme of this video and this series. In the beginning, we start with just one meal a day. One. That might be lunch or breakfast, whatever works best with your schedule. I usually recommend offering it about 30 to 45 minutes after a milk feed, when your baby is calm, not starving, and not totally full, so they actually want to eat, but are not hangry to try something new that isn't from a nipple or a bottle. Once they are doing well with one meal, meaning they're interested, exploring, and not showing signs of constipation or upset, you can consider moving up to 2 meals a day. And by around 10 months, most babies are doing 2 meals a day, and by 1 year, 3 meals a day. The speed of progression to number of meals depends on your baby. Let their cues and your sanity lead the way. Here's how I felt less overwhelmed when starting solids. I'm offering with single ingredient foods that I mentioned, rotating that, adding allergenic foods, and keep it on rotation. Once I saw them doing well, I'd start to combine things. So I'd offer a fruit with breakfast, a veggie with lunch and dinner, and just rotating foods from week to week. That's it. Choose 2 to 3 fruits and 2 to 3 veggies to focus on each week and keep it simple. Always aim to offer what you're eating in a consistency that they can handle. If your family's eating sushi, for example, have a backup baby meal ready because they can't eat sushi. No need to reinvent the wheel or become a baby food chef. Here's an example of a typical day. Breakfast might be scrambled egg with mashed banana, lunch could be soft-cooked lentils with a side of avocado spears, and dinner maybe chicken with sweet potato wedges. Doesn't sound so bad, right? I kind of want this meal. The goal is to make solids part of your rhythm, not a source of stress. And if you're nodding along thinking, yes, I need more of this kind of clarity and simplicity, then check out my Introduction to Solids workshop. I break down feeding schedules, allergen introduction, gagging, and more real-life examples all in a cohesive place with a handout. And don't forget to subscribe. I drop new videos here every week to help you feel less alone in this parenting journey, including starting solids. Now let's talk preparation. Whether you're offering purees, finger foods, or a mix of both, here are some easy guidelines to get you started. If you're going the puree route, keep it simple. Steam, roast, or boil your veggies and meats until they're soft, then blend with a little breast milk, formula, or water to get that smooth, scoopable texture. And here's a parent hack. Freeze small portions in an ice cube tray so you're not prepping every single day. Total sanity saver. If you're leaning into finger foods, think about size and texture. Aim for pieces about the length and width of your pinky finger and soft enough that you can squish them between your fingers. Some great first foods for self-feeding: roasted zucchini, ripe banana spears, or soft steamed carrot sticks. Simple, safe, and baby-friendly. And here's a pro tip. Don't feel pressure to cook every day. Prep a few staples like mashed sweet potato, lentils, or banana muffins and freeze them in small portions or put in the fridge if consuming during the week. That way you always have something ready, even on those busy days when you're running on cold coffee and vibes and it's dinner time and you have nothing to feed. And here's another pro tip. If slippery foods like avocado or banana are sliding all over the place during self-feeding, try rolling them in ground flaxseed, hemp hearts, or coconut flakes. It gives your baby a little grip so they can actually grab it, and it adds fiber and healthy fats too. Win-win. Think of your baby's plate like finger paint. It's all about exploration and not perfection. And if you ever feel unsure about how to prepare a specific food for self-feeding, I highly recommend the Solid Starts First Food Database. It's a free resource I share with all my families, and it's a game changer. You can look up just about any food and see exactly how to prep it for your baby at different stages if you're doing self-feeding. It's like the Google search of baby-led weaning without the sketchy advice. And again, this is not sponsoring them in any way. I just love their free resource so much. Starting solids isn't just about nutrition. It's about experience, exposure, and helping your baby develop confidence and curiosity around food. And if you're finding this helpful so far, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I've got more videos coming to take the stress out of feeding and help you feel empowered at every stage of your parenting journey. Here's the part that really matters when introducing solids: mindset. Starting solids is not about nutrition alone. It's about that exposure, experience, and learning. Some days they're going to love everything. Other days they're going to throw it on the floor, and most days it's going to be messy. If food ends up in their hair or on the dog more than in their mouth, congrats, you're doing it right at the beginning. I promise you, it will not be like that forever. Here are some common myths to ditch. Myth number 1, you have to start with rice cereal. Truth, there's nothing magical about it, and it's not the only nutrient-rich option. Iron-fortified oatmeal, lentils, or meats are also great sources of iron. Myth number 2, you can't season baby food. Truth, mild herbs and spices like cinnamon, garlic, or turmeric are great. Just skip added sugar and overly spicy blends. Babies deserve flavor too, and I cannot stress this enough. If you wouldn't eat their food that you're offering, then why would they? Because I've tried some pureed peas and other pureed vegetables. It doesn't taste great. You can offer it as puree or consider baby-led weaning, self-feeding in a consistency that they can handle so that the vegetable is in its purest form but in a safe consistency that they can eat. And go ahead and add those seasonings. It's okay. Myth number 3, salt is the enemy. Truth, after 6 months, babies can tolerate salt in family foods. If your meal is super salty or spicy, make a simpler version for your baby or have a backup plan. The goal is they eat what you eat in a consistency they can handle. Watch my video here on seasonings and salt. And remember that if you are eating a very high salted diet, that we would want to be offering your child stuff in moderation. But as long as you are not over-salting your food, it's moderate consumption, your baby can have that too. Myth number 4, they need teeth to chew. Truth, gums are surprisingly powerful. If the food is soft enough to squish between your fingers, your baby can handle it even without teeth. If you waited until your child had teeth to eat, that rhymes, you would be waiting a very long time and can really miss an important window of food introduction, which is between 6 months and a year. Myth number 5, you must wait 2 to 3 days between introducing new foods. Truth, unless your baby has high allergy risk and you were told this by a clinician for a specific circumstance, try something new each day. Variety is the name of the game. Myth number 6, purees and baby-led weaning are mutually exclusive. Truth, you can absolutely do both. There's no team to join here. Team baby-led weaning, team purees. You can offer finger foods and purees in the same meal. It's called responsive feeding, but watch video 1 on this series to make sure that you are doing responsive feeding, whether you are doing purees or baby-led weaning. Myth 7, you should start with veggies before fruit so your baby doesn't develop a sweet tooth. Truth, babies are born with a preference for sweetness. Hello, breast milk is actually kind of sweet. Starting with fruit doesn't ruin them for life. The key is offering a variety of foods from the start, fruits and veggies on rotation. Now let's get real with some honest, sanity-saving truths as a pediatrician mom. 1, babies do not need elaborate meals. You are not auditioning for Top Chef Baby Edition. Simple is more than enough. 2, food waste and mess will happen. That half-squished avocado on the floor or in your hair, totally normal. Start with small portions, offer less, and build and add as needed. A giant party platter can overwhelm both you and your baby. And a pro tip, try not to wipe their mouth after every bite. You wouldn't like that either. Let them feel the mess and keep cleanup for the end or sporadic. We want to promote the sensory exploration of the food. 3, repetition is your friend. It can take 15 or more exposures before a baby or child warms up to a new food, so don't give up on broccoli after one side eye or after it's flung on the floor. 4, gagging is not failing, it's learning. It's a protective reflex and it's common when starting solids. Stay calm, model calm, and let your baby work through it. Practice builds confidence. And make sure to subscribe so you don't miss our next video about tips for gagging during solids. 5, mealtime is not just about calories, it's about connection, exploration, and skill building. So don't hover, sit back, eat with them, and let them play with their food. Yes, play. That messy mealtime is working all sorts of sensory and developmental magic. And another pro tip, mealtime is also language time. Talk through what you're doing. This is an egg. I'm cutting your carrot. Your baby is building communication skills while building feeding skills. And also, you can introduce some basic baby sign language. If you want a video on my most favorite baby sign language signs, comment below and I can make that video for you. Tip 6, you do not need a separate baby menu. Whenever possible, give your baby what you're eating, just modify the texture and shape to suit their stage. And if you're eating something that can't be modified, it's okay to have a simple backup ready. Tip 7, don't let one skipped meal stress you out. Babies have off days. The goal is consistent exposure and a low pressure experience, not perfect intake every single time. And very important, remember, food under 1 is not just for fun. There's a common phrase said that food under 1 is just for fun, and I want to disagree with it slightly. Food under 1 is just for fun, mainly is said so that you know that if their child's not eating, that's okay because they're getting milk, breast milk, or formula. And that is true, that is their primary source of nutrition more than food. But when we say that, I don't want caregivers and parents to think that they should not be offering these foods and meals and advancing as tolerated. Feeding is a developmental milestone, so we want to allow the child to explore. We want to start with purees if you're not into baby-led weaning, but we do want to advance them. By 8 to 9 months, they should be eating table foods if you have not started with baby-led weaning. This is all important. So when we say food under 1 is just for fun, sometimes parents take it as, okay, I just don't have to do this. But it still is really important to expose and to encourage this extremely important developmental skill. Bottom line, starting solids isn't about doing it perfectly. It's about helping your baby build a healthy, confident relationship with food. Whether you're pureeing peas or serving up avocado spears, what matters most is showing up, tuning into your baby's cues, and making mealtimes a safe space for learning and connection. So there you go. Some of my favorite first foods, how to prep them, and what to expect in those early days. Grab some free handouts below to guide you on your solids journey, and if you want more examples, demos, and sample meal plans, check out my full Introduction to Solid workshop. It's all in there. If this video helped you, give it a thumbs up. It really helps others find it. And subscribe so you don't miss part 3, where we'll talk about some of the more common feeding concerns, like how to tell the difference between gagging and choking and how to help that gag reflex, what to do when your baby refuses food, and when it might be time to seek help for feeding under the age of 1. I'll see you all next time. I'm Dr. Amin. Stay well.